Hello, welcome associates. Want to congratulate you for getting to phase two in your training. Congratulations, because by now you more than likely leveled up in the comp plan, got yourself a nice bonus, did your private business reception and your private conference call or private business webinar. Really just depends on your marketable universe and where they were located. But the point is that you followed a process and you stayed coachable and trainable throughout that process. That's really what is most important here. The fact that you were able to watch the training videos and you worked with your mentor, whether you were face to face because you're close in proximity to each other, or more than likely you may have been on the phone with them while you watched Mr. Cilio give the phase one presentations, and you just worked with your coach on doing everything that was suggested to you in those training videos. So we really want to take some time right now just to applaud you for making it this far, because quite frankly a lot of people won't get this far, and those of you that did make it here, I hope you realize that it was fairly simple for you to get here. And you got here because you followed a process and you didn't think too much of it, but you were smart enough to just kind of do what we suggested for you to do, and now you're here. So really, congratulations, and you just extended your lifeline in our business exponentially. So congratulations, and now I'm going to start talking about phase two, which is really how to follow up with your prospects that you have been meeting. Before I get into that, let me just quickly give you my background. My name is CJ Arditi. I've been with the company for almost 6 years now, and I was introduced to Legal Shield by Rocco Cilio, and I was looking for a change. I knew that the career path that I was on just really wasn't going to give me everything that I ever wanted in my life. It was good enough to pay my bills, to support my current lifestyle, but there was no way that the goals I've set for myself and my family, what I'm trying to accomplish, was ever going to be attained by working a typical job. So I will tell you that I do have full-time employment. I'm thankful for that, but I do believe that jobs are good while you're working on your big picture. And we all subscribe to the philosophy here that, hey, work full time at your job to pay for your bills and your current lifestyle, but work outside of your job part time on your fortune so that you can fund your dreams and your goals and all of your aspirations. And that's really what this is all about. So I'm fortunate to have an organization of people all over the country that I'm just leading by example, just showing them what to do. And I will never ask anybody to do something that I don't currently do myself. And that's really what this is all about, is just following a process and teaching other people to follow the same process, because the process is really making us all successful. It's really not about the individuals. It's about, do the individuals follow the process, because it's the system that's perfect all the time. We're human beings. We have good days and we have bad days. Sometimes we have more bad days than good days, but the system is always perfect. So as long as you follow the system will deliver a consistent and persistent result to you, and that you can bank on. So without further ado, let's talk about following up. What do we do with all these contacts that we've made? You probably have got a gamut of different types of prospects. You've got some warm market. You probably got some really close friends and family, and you might even have some people that you just met 5 minutes ago. And it's really time to start following up with these people. So I'm going to offer you a couple of suggestions based on different outcomes of a follow-up call. And there's only a couple of things that can happen when you make a follow-up call. The first thing that can happen is that the prospect does not answer the phone. That's going to happen more often than it doesn't. The prospect doesn't answer the phone. What do you do about that? You'll make the follow-up call, the prospect answers the phone, but they haven't looked at the information yet. That's also going to happen more often than not. And then finally, you follow up with the prospect, and the prospect did review the information. So only one of two outcomes is going to come from that. They're either interested in wanting more information or they're not. Either way, you're going to get yourself a decision. And that's really what this is all about. We want to bring our prospects to a decision point. At this stage of the game, especially on a first round of follow-up calls, we're not looking for a decision to get started. What we're really looking for is a decision of a level of interest to continue the conversation. And the initial information that they're reviewing lends itself to that because it's only a 5-minute video. You see, asking somebody to review 5 minutes of information is a lot different than asking them to come out to a local training for an hour, come to a huge event for 8 hours, or even watching a webinar for 30 minutes in their home. These are big withdrawals that you're asking for somebody. But to ask somebody to look at some preliminary information that's only going to take somewhere between 2 minutes and 5 minutes of their time just to assess our business, to see if it could be of value to them, everybody's got time for that. Therefore, our job is to do nothing more than to really be good at selling them the reason why they should just simply click the link so that they can see the information for themselves. And that's really what I'm going to help you concentrate on. So in our first example, when we're calling a prospect, they don't answer the phone. It's very simple. I'm just leaving a message. And I'm just going to let them know that I'm going to follow up with them again if I don't hear back from them in a few days. And in the meantime, I'm also going to send you something else that you can review just to take a look at. But please give me some feedback. So my follow-up call is going to go something like this. Hey, Bob, this is CJ. I'm following up with you from some of the preliminary information that I sent for you to review that you said you would take a look at. I was really hoping to get some feedback from you just to find out, what you liked best about it and really to find out your level of interest of continuing the conversation with me. So if you wouldn't mind just giving me some feedback in either direction, I'd greatly appreciate that. Listen, Bob, I recognize we're not going to be a fit for everybody. So if for whatever reason you took a look at it and it really wasn't a fit for you, that's cool. No problem. I appreciate your time. But I really want to just be respectful of your time and my time. So I'd sure love to, just get some feedback from you. And, oh, by the way, I'm going to send you something else for you to review. I'm actually going to text it over to you right after I leave this message. So, I think you'll find some value in that. All right, Bob, I'm looking forward to your feedback. Take care. Okay. Here's the thing. The words don't matter. You could spend all the time you want trying to write that stuff down. It doesn't matter. It's the fact that I called you like I said I was. You said you were going to take a look at it. Hey, what did you think? I'm letting you off the hook by telling you that, hey, some people aren't even going to be interested in this, and that's okay. Let me know either way. And by the way, I'm going to send you something else to take a look at to your text message. So I look forward to your feedback. These are important things that you just want to get across. So again, the words themselves, what you say, doesn't really matter. But you just want to get that concept across that you're just looking for some feedback, and it's okay if you're not interested. Just let us know. It's cool. After leaving that message, it's highly advisable that you send them a text message and go into your Prospect by Legal Shield account and click on resources. You could open up that prospect's information right in your Prospect by Legal Shield. Open up their contact, scroll to the bottom of their contact file, and there's going to be a button that says resources. You click that button, and up pops your menu of all these different videos and resources that you can send manually. What I would do is I would just simply go right to the opportunity menu and send them something right from the resources. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. It truly doesn't matter what resource you send them. Just send them something. It's another touch point. If you have been reviewing the videos in your Prospect by Legal Shield system, you'll know more about the different types of videos that we have. So, for example, I just spoke with somebody that's a teacher. Now, because I am aware of my tools and I know a lot of the videos that are in my Prospect by Legal Shield, and why is that? Because I spend a lot of time in personal development. That's a part of this business, and we're going to cover that in later trainings. Because I know the videos that are in my own marketing system, I know that there is an awesome testimonial video by some of our top income earners that just so happen to be a principal of a high school. So I made a note in her file that when she looks at the initial information I've sent, Another touch point I'm going to send her myself is I'm going to send her that video from Chip and Michelle Humphrey, for example, because they work part-time in Legal Shield, still maintain their full-time career within the school system, and made an extra $1 million over the last 15 years. And I'm going to repeat that, an extra $1 million while maintaining a full-time career. That is huge. That knowledge is good to have because I'm going to send that to my prospect. So the moral of the story is it doesn't matter what you send them because it's a touch point. All you really want to do is give them another opportunity to get back in touch with you, but also send them something of value while you're doing it. And also, third reason is, you're actually training them without them even realizing it how to do the business, because you want to be able to point back to everything that you're doing and saying everything that I did with you is how we do the business. But more on that later. So I hope that makes sense to you. Okay. I'm going to make a follow-up call now, and my prospect answers, but they didn't look at anything. Hey, this happens often. So I call Bob and I say, hey, Bob, I'm glad I connected with you. I only had a minute. Hey, I just want to get some feedback from you based on the information I've been sending you to review. What did you like best about what you've seen so far? And then Bob tells me that he didn't look at it yet because whatever reason that he has. And our job is not to beat people up into looking at information or get mad at them or yell at them. Like, that's not what we do here. We recognize life gets in the way. And I say, Bob, you know what? I get it. Life gets in the way. It's good. It's all good. I just wanted to reconnect with you just to make sure. But Bob, when will you look at it for sure? Because we got some really great opportunities out in the marketplace for people that are looking. I just don't want anything to pass you by. When do you think you'll look at that information for sure? And now Bob's going to tell you, well, you know what? I'm free on Thursday, so I'll look at it then. Great, Bob. So if I followed up with you Thursday afternoon, I don't know, let's say around 3 o'clock, you'll feel you'll have taken a look at everything for sure by then? Yeah, CJ, I'll have looked at it by then. You can call me then. Great, Bob. I appreciate that. I'll definitely call you Thursday at 3 o'clock. I'm looking forward to your feedback. I'll talk to you later. Done. What did I just do there? All I did was set an appointment for a future date, telling him I'm just going to call him again. He agreed to it. Why did he agree to it? Because I asked him specific questions. This does matter. When will you watch it for sure? Because now they're thinking to themselves about their schedule. And Thursday, I'm off from work, so I'm going to watch it by then. I'll probably watch it before then. Great. And now I'm just scheduling a time that I know that I'm available to give him a call. That's why I said Thursday at 3 o'clock, because I was looking at my schedule and I know I had to work that morning. So I'm just picking a time that works in my calendar to follow up with him, and he just confirmed with me that that would be a good time. Great. So that is what I'm doing when I'm following up with a prospect that answers but they didn't look. When I follow up with the prospect and they did look, obviously there's one of two things that's going to happen here. They looked at the preliminary information and they're interested in learning more, or they're not. Well, let's cover the not interested part because that's easy. Hey, Bob, what'd you like best about the information that I've sent you to review? You know what, CJ? I appreciate you sending it, but I'm just not interested right now. I really don't have the time, and it's just not something I feel like, is going to be a fit for me. Now, look, sidebar note. This is not a training on how to overcome objections right now. We can handle that later on in the future trainings, as well as you start to evolve in your career with us. You might not let people off the hook so easily. But in a nutshell, to keep this training really simple, the prospect's just flat out not interested. Hey, you know what, Bob? I appreciate your feedback. Like I said from the beginning, we're not going to be a fit for everybody. I appreciate your time for even considering it. But let me ask you if this would be okay. May I continue to send you some information from time to time just to stay in touch with you, because you never know. You might come across somebody that is looking for an opportunity like this, and now you could just kind of forward them what I've been sending you, and we are expanding, so that could be really helpful. Plus, who knows, maybe your situation will change. Would that be okay? Listen, they're not going to say no. They're going to be happy to just get off the phone with you. So, yeah, they're going to, 99% of the time, I promise you, the answer is always going to be, yeah, CJ, that's fine. you can absolutely continue to send me some information. Great. I appreciate that. Good luck to you. And, if I can ever be of service to you or anybody just let me know. Thanks, Bob. Now, here's the thing. More often than not, they're not going to unsubscribe themselves from the Prospect by Legal Shield system. So, therefore, my system is going to continue to send information to them. So every time they get an email from me, what am I doing? I'm just doing what I said I was going to do. I'm going to continue to send you some information from time to time, just like I said I would. And who knows? You never know the time that person, they get that email at the right time in their life when they're just tired of being sick and tired, and that job just, they had that bad day, and that email comes through about the working from home part-time, they made an extra $5,000 or whatever the message happened to be, or the Performance Club vacation trip, and they say, you know what, maybe I should take a look at this. Let me call that guy back because he's been so professional about following up with me. All we're doing is just doing what we said we're going to do. Now, obviously, if he says don't send it, don't send it. Maybe you just opt them out yourself. But, more on that later on. So what about the prospect that says, I saw it, I thought it was awesome, I want more information? That happens often also. So I'm calling Bob and I say, hey, Bob, it's CJ. I'm glad I caught you. I only had a minute, but I was really curious to find out, what is it that you like best about the information I've been sending you? Well, you know what, CJ? I love the video. I think it's awesome. I get it. I love the fact that I could do this part-time from home. It doesn't look like I have to give up my life to be successful here, and I really love the fact that I can make some extra income, and it's residual based. I mean, that's huge. All I'm going to do at that point is just simply nod and agree. Okay? Yeah, Bob, you know what? That's exactly what I liked best about this company. I love the fact that I could work from home around a day job and make some extra income for myself and my family. That really, really appealed to me. You know what? The next step would be for me to send you a full presentation, because I bet you have some questions right now. How about just the same way that I emailed you a short 5-minute video, how about I email you a full presentation? And you could take a look at that, and then we could set a time, get all your questions answered after you take a look at that, and then we can really help determine if this is a fit for you. If I emailed you a full presentation, would you take 30 minutes of your time to take a look at that and just give me some feedback on it? Absolutely, CJ. All right, time out for a second. We can now ask them for the 30 minutes because they watched the 5-minute presentation that the system generated to them. They probably, by the time you actually connect with them, honestly, the system probably sent them a few more messages, and they probably reviewed some more information than just the 5-minute video. So we can ask for their time now to take a look at a full presentation because they qualified themselves. See, now they want to, because they recognize that they have some interest here. They don't know everything yet, but they're interested enough to learn everything. And that's why this process works so unbelievably well. All I'm doing is the exact same thing that we did in the first video that I went over with you. Is I'm just scheduling a follow-up with when you are going to watch it for sure. I'll watch it for sure on Thursday. Great. So if I followed up with you Thursday at 6 p.m. your time, would that be sufficient enough time for you to take a look at this full presentation? Yes, it would. Great. I will follow up with you then. Thanks, Bob. And then from there, you go right into your resources, you click on the opportunity, and you could send them the Get Paid Daily video, or maybe your trainer and mentor has a different video that they would recommend. But I know within our organization, there's 2 videos that we use. All I would say is talk to your mentor and your trainer about what video would you send for the full presentation. We only have like 2 of them. So it doesn't matter which one. They both work brilliantly. So just follow the lead of your trainer on what they recommend, because they know what's working best. And when you send them that video, you confirm with them in that email, hey, I'm going to follow up with you on Thursday at 6 o'clock. I look forward to your feedback. And then all you need to do at that point is send a message to your trainer that, hey, I need a three-way call on Thursday at 6 p.m. Can you be available? And now your leadership is on call for you. We're going to treat that as an appointment. And that's what's going to be in our next video, is about how to do a proper three-way call. So I hope that this training, that you got some value out of it, and that we've kind of demystified the follow-up process. That's all we're doing here. This is a contact sport. The person that's got the most people reviewing information wins. The team that's got the most amount of people organizationally reviewing information wins. So let's build this thing big together. And I'll see you in the next video on how to do a proper three-way call. See you later.